My name is Caleb Barnes, and welcome to another edition of Frontstretch 5. This weekend, NASCAR returns to Phoenix Raceway for championship weekend for the fourth straight year of this track. And, since the 2024 schedule is out, we know that Phoenix will host the championship again next year. As debate continues over the championship format and where the season finale should be held, one idea floating around is that the championship venues should rotate between a number of racetracks. For today's Frontstretch 5, I wanted to look at 5 racetracks that could possibly hold a championship race. Before getting into that list, I need to set some ground rules. With this playoff, not every track can or should hold a championship race. Places such as Daytona or Talladega would be way too chaotic and random to crown a champion. Weather also becomes a consideration. Yes, NASCAR raced its season finale on November 23rd in New Hampshire in 2001, and cold races do happen from time to time, but overall, we're looking for warm, racy tracks with great locations or facilities that could join in a championship rotation. I didn't include any road courses on this list, but that doesn't mean that I don't think road courses could hold a championship race in NASCAR. This list also does not include Phoenix or Homestead, as we've already seen that these two venues are perfectly capable of hosting a championship. Number 1. Kansas Speedway. For the past few seasons, Kansas Speedway has consistently produced some incredible racing across the top 3 series.
You know he's going to throw it in there.
Slide job all the way up.
Yep.
Is he going to clear
he's
it?
not there.
Chastain's there. Love it.
The multi-groove track puts on amazing side-by-side action for fans, resulting in memorable and dramatic moments.
And Larson's in the wall.
Oh my gosh. Barely tapped him. Run, Denny. Oh, goodness gracious.
Not only is the racetrack great, but nearby Kansas City is also a big sports town, which does help add to the feel of championship weekend being a big deal.
Reddick dives down low, 3 wide. He's going to be clear going into turn 1.
Number 2. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I could copy and paste everything said about Kansas Speedway into this. After all, Las Vegas Motor Speedway is nearly a copy of Kansas Speedway.
Does Bell have enough? It's Larson.
Bumper,
Bell.
still bumper.
Larson. Larson's going to win.
Put your checker flag. Hell
What
yeah!
a finish by Kyle Larson.
This is yet another mile and a half that puts on great multi-groove racing, maybe with a bit more tire wear.
And he just misses the white line by a foot, and it just allowed Austin hit it perfectly and was able to just hook that line and get a great run off of turn 4.
The track itself is a great venue and a great location, perfectly capable of hosting all 3 series. When you think about it, we did have NASCAR's championship celebration in Vegas a few years ago. Las Vegas Motor Speedway nearly checks all categories for a great championship weekend location. Number 3. Bristol Motor Speedway. Moving on from the intermediates, Bristol Motor Speedway would be the perfect short track for a championship event. Even with the current next-gen short track product, Bristol still puts on a great show for the fans. One major plus is the venue layout. Imagine the stands at Bristol sold out for a championship event, giving a true Coliseum feel. Especially if we move the Bristol night race to become the championship race for a season or 2. While it may be a bit borderline chaotic for some, it would fit great on a rotating list of championship tracks.
Here comes Heim.
Heim
He's
for the
there.
lead. Corey Heim inside of Christian Eckes. Side by side for the top spot. 11 on point at Bristol.
The only drawback, Bristol, Tennessee is not really the largest city or sports town. Number 4. Darlington Raceway. I know I said I was done with intermediates, but Darlington would be another great track to host a championship race.
Children. Put them in a sandbox together and they can't play.
While the facilities may need a facelift, the track and surface never fail to provide memorable finishes in any NASCAR series.
Side by side to 3. Larson slides up into the wall. Off of turn 4. Here they come back to the checkered flag.
20's back inside of him.
Nemechek is there. Contact. Larson going to be the man that wins it at Darlington. What a finish.
Like Bristol, Darlington isn't exactly the largest town, and the other issue becomes, what do we do with the Southern 500? We've seen NASCAR's commitment to keeping that race on Labor Day weekend. However, again, on a rotating championship schedule, making the Crown Jewel Southern 500 the championship event for a season would push the drivers and teams to their limit, while also adding extra emphasis on this famous race.
Southern 500, baby. Hell yeah!
Number 5. Richmond Raceway. This might have caught some of you by surprise, but Richmond Raceway has seen some decent racing with this next-gen car. It's another one of those tracks that has become multi-groove at times, and the pavement produces some high tire wear and a lot of strategy.
Oh, and he's sideways. Look at those black marks.
Hocevar all the way back after the pit stop. Inside a Ty Majeski. Carson Hocevar back out front at Richmond,
with a less chance of a chaotic overtime finish. Additionally, the facilities at Richmond are nice, and it is a bigger city than other places like Bristol or Darlington. In a perfect world, nearly every track would have a shot at hosting a championship race as part of a rotating schedule. Imagine racing for the Cup at Sonoma. What about adding a second Charlotte Oval race as the finale? If we're truly dreaming, what if the Nashville Fairgrounds deal gets done and we crown a champion in the Music City? I could talk about each track and its championship logistics for hours, but one big tricky spot about this wish list of championship venues is that NASCAR currently owns the tracks that host the championship race. While not impossible, it may be difficult for NASCAR to release the championship race reins over to SMI for a race or two. Atlanta did host the championship race in the 90s after it was purchased by SMI.
And the 1998 Winston Cup champion, there's the banner above the pit stall. Jeff Gordon is the champion, but we have a race to run, and the Napa 500 is underway.
Now, since I can't get all of my thoughts out right here, I'd love to hear some of yours. Make sure to comment below what venues you'd like to see host a NASCAR championship race. That's all for today's Front Stretch 5. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these two videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.